afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Emmanuel Ezinwanana. I'm here with my two colleagues, Mrs. Ogofo and Mr. Jibo Hyacinth. I'm surprised that the hall is smaller today. Okay, why is because I know the last time we had a very large crowd. And I was expecting that more and more people will key in to the program because the program is actually a very useful and important one. So I wouldn't know why the number of people are smaller today, though you said some will be streaming online, but I don't know whether there are other challenges that have reduced the number of participants. But nevertheless, okay, you want to? Okay, you can.
Normally we fix the talk on graduation day.
Okay.
When we have larger house. Okay. Because they don't always have enough time that day to ask all their questions. We set them to make it part of their training.
Okay.
Yes,
ongoing training.
Be able to ask all the questions. And also this period, this demonstration, this protest, a lot of things met some of them.
Okay, not available. Okay, it's okay. Well, I first of all wish to thank the man behind this program. He's actually keying into the tide of time. So many of you may not know in each of the places I've gone to speak about entrepreneurship and the prospects thereof. I will usually deviate from my core area of the functionalities and importance of registering with Corporate Affairs Commission to talk about some other things that even will motivate the younger ones to go the way you are going. Some of you may not know that what we call white collar job does not make anybody a millionaire. And so, the times we are in it are changing, and they are changing so fast that for you to benefit in the economy, you must decide by yourself in which part of that economy you will belong. Let me state this in a quote from Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin, you may have, those of you who do biology or something related to science will know about the man. He said, it is not the most intellectual of the species that survives. It is not the most intellectual of the species that survives. It is not the strongest that survives. The species that survives is the one that is able best to adapt and adjust to the challenges of its environment. That is Charles Darwin. And what do I mean by this? Before governments were formed, about 300-400 years back, people were surviving on a free state economy. Three of us, everybody was an entrepreneur. There was no government work. There was no government. Even though there was a form of leadership in many places, but there is nothing like bureaucratic organizations like we have today. Like we have an organization. It's a bureaucratic organization owned by government. Like we have an NPC. Like we have so many other organizations. There was nothing like that. Everybody then was an entrepreneur. At a point, government organizations and other organizations start to emerge. And during this time, those who were fortunate to key in, they they are being given what we call salary. And sometimes they add what they call wages. But the truth is that with time, a lot of things are supposed to change. One is that government work now, or whatever you call salaried work now, is not available again. You can see so many graduates who will come out. If you rely on government work, then in the next 10, 15 years, you may not get work. True of us? And because of that, the economy is almost returning to the state where it started before the deviation. And the state where it started before the deviation is a state where everybody struggles to become part of that economy. Whether you're a blacksmith, or you're producing cocoyam, or you're rearing local cow, you must be doing one or two things to key in, which you now exchange with some other things in order to benefit from the economy. And that is where we are going now. Somebody even said that salary is a bribe given to somebody to prevent him from achieving his dreams. Now, for you to be a millionaire, you must have the mindset of an entrepreneur. And that is why each time I come here, I'm so glad with Oga for what he's doing. You people may not know. He's contributing his own to life. Nobody lives forever. He might be remembered at the end of the day when he may not even be here again. Because if you understand where it's leading you to, you will understand that it's leading you in the right direction. You will agree with me that the essence of this program is to equip you with the relevant information that will enable you to be self-reliant, to become wealth creators, and most importantly, to be an employer of labor. Now, it is important that we understand the nature of our economy. Because why I'm starting from this background basis is for you to understand the kind of economy we operate. The economy we operate, usually every economy is for every person. If you refuse to participate in the economy, it is to your own detriment. Because your level of participation in the economy depends on you. And your level of participation determines your reward in the capitalist economy. Your level of participation in this economy depends on you. If Dangote had chosen to be a government worker like me, probably there is no way on earth anybody will hear his name as one of the richest. In fact, I think the last time they said he is the richest in Africa. He made the choice not to be like me. He might even ask me, why did I join when I joined? And that is why I said that if you want to survive, just like Charles Darwin said, you must learn to adapt with changing environment. As the environment changes, adapt to the new environment. If you say it has been like this, in that case, you will not survive the changing environment. Because in our time, I could remember my late father was a truck driver, 911 driver. And his salary as a truck driver was able to buy us a carton of pig milk, liquid pig milk, a carton. Egg in crates. As a little boy, I had all the privileges that any rich child will have today. But I don't think it is so these days. Because capitalism It's a struggle between classes. And depending on which class you belong, if you belong to the wrong class, you will struggle. You will suffer. If you belong to the right class, you will enjoy. Even government policies will not affect you. Even if they remove subsidy, what is your business? They increase, you increase. You survive. But if your salary is pegged, like so many workers who have been agitating for review of salary, you can imagine the astronomical increment in all the items in the market. And for so many people, the salary has been static for 10, 13 years. And so, I'm trying to give you a background insight of what your guy is doing. This is not even CAC operation for now. But for you to understand that you are in the right course. And I told you, so many people are afraid of businesses. They are afraid of becoming entrepreneurs. They don't want where they will be given salaries. But one should not be afraid. I told you, in the past 100, 200 years, there was nothing like government work. Everybody was an entrepreneur. You must be doing one or two things in order to benefit from the economy. And I have told you that your level of participation in the economy depends on you. And your level of participation determines your reward in the capitalist economy. Now, in a capitalist economy like ours, we have two groups. Those we call business owners and those who provide labor. So it's up to you to choose where you want to belong, as a business owner or you want to provide labor. But I will tell you, there is a continuous struggle between these two classes. The business owner wants to maximize his profit at your own detriment. He will employ you and pay you minimal salary and then make maximal gain. It is a class struggle. You can't remove it. It's nature. So now you have started on the right footing by becoming entrepreneurs. And everybody has got an area where he or she has passion. In that your area of passion, you start up this your trade. You start up whatever craft or whatever thing you decide to do. And once you start it, be dedicated to it. Because business is like a seed. Once you sow it, you have to water it. You have to be patient. You have to monitor it. And when it grows, it will bear abundant seeds or fruits. Thank you. Now, business startups and operations in Nigeria, and indeed in every other part of the world, but in Nigeria, business startups are governed by certain laws. Because once you want to do a thing, make sure you do it in the right direction. And once you want to access any business, don't involve yourself in a business that is fraudulent, that is not recognized by government. And that is why every business startup in Nigeria is governed by certain laws. I will mention just one of those laws. There are more than that. One of the laws that govern business startup in Nigeria is the one we call Companies and Allied Matters Act. Companies and Allied Matters Act. The second one is the one we call Companies Income Tax Act. Companies Income Tax Act. The third one is the one we call Value Added Tax Act. The third one is Value Added Tax Act. The fourth one is Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission Act. Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission Act. Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission Act. This is to mention but a few. Now, many owners of small businesses in Nigeria trivialize the need to register their businesses, either because of ignorance or simply to avoid what they perceived as the long processing of registering a business, or even to evade tax payment. Many businesses, many owners of small businesses in Nigeria trivialize the need to register their businesses, either because of ignorance or simply to avoid what they perceive as the long processing of registering a business, or even to evade tax payment. Are you getting what I'm saying? It is very important to understand the importance of registering your business with the approved government agency. Now, let me say some of this importance of registering your business. Number one, importance of registering your business. Number one, registering your business gives you the right to operate that business. Registering your business gives you the right to operate that business. The certificate of registration provides MSMEs, what we call micro, small, and medium enterprises, with good reputations as well as legal recognitions. The certificate of registration provides micro, small, and medium enterprise. You can just write MSMEs. MS, capital M, capital S, capital M again, capital E, and small s. MSMEs with good reputations as well as legal recognitions. This is the second importance of registering your business. The third one is protection of the business name. Protection of the business name. If you have a name, each time I visit a market, I need to see several names. Johnny and Sons. Some will even put limited, some will put PLC, some will put anything. But in our register of companies, some of those names are not there. Are you aware of that? You will not see them, they put signposts. Johnny and Sons Nigeria PLC. They don't even know what PLC is. They put PLC. Johnny and Sons Nigeria Limited. Johnny and Sons whatever. You know, now, if you register your company, it gives protection to the business name, because we are in a world of competitive marketing. And there is a tendency for a newly established business. You have been answering Johnny and Sons, Nigeria PLC, and a new business who is trained the way we are training you now, who is knowledgeable, will come to CAC and search for that name. Maybe his own name is also Johnny. He will come to CAC and conduct a search, Johnny and Sons, Nigeria Limited, or whatever. And CAC will say the name is available. And he will register the name. Meanwhile, you are an old school in that name. People have known you with that name. You have been trained in everywhere with that name. But you have refused to do the needful. And now a new company will just come and register it. And because customers don't even know who is who, they will even prefer the one that's registered the name as the authentic one, and you lose your customers. Not only that you lose your customers, you also lose your identity. Because by the time you will now rush back to CAC to register the name. CAC will tell you the name has been taken. The fourth importance of registering your company is for the purpose of loans and grants. If you walk to any commercial bank now and ask for loan, if you are not working, they cannot grant you a personal loan. How do you pay? You can't pay. They can only grant you personal loan if you are working, if you are any salary, like me. You understand? Or in a private place or whatever. But as long as there any salary that is steady, they can grant you. And they will limit it like 1/3 of whatever you earn. Because if they give you half of what you earn, you will not be able to pay the loan. Or if you are able to pay, you will suffer. So they know that. But if you have a registered business name, be it a business name, be it a limited company, be it whatever that's registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, they will give you what they call corporate loan. Because they know that it is not difficult to locate you. The government knows how to locate you because the government has registered you and you are in the registry of government. So the banks will easily grant you loan. And if there are grants, even from foreign partners, even from foreign agencies, who want to help third world countries, such grants will normally go to those who are registered. You can't get that grant if you are not registered. That is the fourth advantage. The fifth advantage or importance is investors' confidence. No investor will take you seriously if you are asking investors' confidence. No investor will take you seriously if you are asking for investment when your business is not registered. If your business is not registered and you are telling an Indian man that you want to partner with him on an investment, the man will simply go to CAC website, search whether your name is there, and if your name is not there, the man will just laugh. You know, it's not like the music that Osofia sang. So you move, man, I go chop your dollar. No, not with this one. No. You understand? So the investor will go to the website, which is a government website, and check your name is not there. So there's no way you can really do anything with you. So you cannot get their confidence if you are not registered. Now, registering your company gives credibility to your business. Remember that credibility is an essential quality of a business you should have. Any business that does not enjoy credibility will not prosper. True or false? You see, there was a time they were doing what do they call it that time? They say if you contribute 1 naira, you will pay the other person. I called my friends. I said I'm an ICT person. I have PhD in ICT. Okay, as at that time I've not even gotten PhD. I was running my PhD, and I said I know about this kind of chain operation in ICT. That some people somewhere are targeting a crowd, a number. And once they are satisfied with the number because they are seeing what is happening somewhere in their database. Once they have the number they want, they will sync it. And you hold everybody responsible. I told my friend, and my friend went and sank his 1 million naira. He did the first one, they gave him small thing as a bait. He did another one, they gave him small thing. He now put in 1 million naira, a salary earner. And the money sank, he became sad. I told him I warned you. There's no free lunch anywhere, even in Freetown. So every business must have credibility. If there's no credibility, the business will surely crumble. And for your business, you have credibility. If you want that it's not registered with CSO. It's not. Because the owners would have been arrested with script. It's not registered. So, if you don't enjoy the credibility, people only see that this is what making money. of which there is no reason for making money, so their money is sunk. The seventh importance of registering with the commission or registering your business is easy to obtain visa to travel. If you are traveling now to India for a business trip, once your company is registered and their status is showing active in our portal, the embassy, Indian embassy in Nigeria, will quickly grant you visa because they also want you to come and contribute to their own economy. They want you to come to India, explore business opportunities, and see what is in India that you can bring down to your own hometown. If it is the eyeglass that are wearing or the type that ladies like to wear, that they have surveyed the market and it's not available, you can go to India or to China. Immediately your company is registered and it's showing active. Believe me, they will grant you visa without wasting time. Because they know you're a businessman, you're not going to their place to go and play. You are coming there to explore business opportunities. So they grant you visa. Unlike when you are not doing any business, you are not registered. Even if you are doing business and you are not registered, and you are telling them that you want to come and explore business opportunity in their country, they will not listen to you. Because what the first thing they will do is to go and check our company's registry and see whether your name is there, and if your name is there, whether your name is also active. Now the eighth importance is suppliers discount. If your business is not registered, you cannot go to Nigerian breweries or to Indomie company and tell them you want to be a distributor. One of the requirements is that you must tender your certificate of incorporation. You cannot tell them that you are making buns, you are making pie, you are making this, you want to be a distributor of flour, or that you are into fish farming or into poultry, that you want to be a distributor of poultry feed or fish feed. They will not listen to you. But once your company is registered and it's showing active, when you approach them, they will make inquiries with CAC. They will find out. And once they discover that the business is legitimate, they will decide to discuss with you. But without that, you cannot even attempt it. Then the ninth one is eligibility for government contracts. If you are not registered, even if your brother is a governor, you cannot get contract in any state. Because it is with your registered company that you apply for contract. True or false? If I lie, you tell me we are in an interactive section and in a free world where we all learn together. You understand? If any of you has done PhD, you know that at PhD level, even though professors are teaching you, the work is your work. I don't know, in ICT, that is the way it is. I don't know for other departments. What you are doing is your work. And it's an innovative work. So all they will be asking you questions based on what you are presenting. They are learning too. So everybody is learning. That is a professor does not mean that he knows what you are doing. The work is your work. You understand? So the area I am now is your domain. I'm sure you know certain things more than me. So if there is any way I'm going astray, please, you can also throw punches at me. It is welcome because we are all learning together. Now, number 10 says it gives you reputation to do your business. Just like I mentioned, credibility. I think they are almost the same. Now, which body in Nigeria is responsible for the formation and management of your businesses and companies? Which body? Who can tell me? Which organization in Nigeria? Somebody says yes. Who said NAFDAC? Raise your hand. Well, NAFDAC is part of the team, but the formation and management of businesses is Corporate Affairs Commission. So we are from Corporate Affairs Commission. Now, CAC was established by a law. called CAMA 1990. It was actually registered in 1990. CAC used to be part of ministry. And you know, government ministries, the way they operate. Government ministries are sometimes they are fraught with inefficiency and bureaucratic bottlenecks. True or false? And because of that, yes, that is the truth. Government ministries all over. Before you get anything from any of them, it's difficult. Okay, what Nigerian universities, those who are still like behaving like ministry, before you get your, if you are applying for, maybe you have a degree, you apply for masters. If you apply for your transcript, you might go there and be knocking from table to table to get it. But if it's a private university, once you apply, everything is electronic. They wire it electronically to your next school. True or false? But the government will pretend that they are working. Those who are ministers, sorry, I'm not abusing anybody. They will pretend that they are working and they will go to next everywhere, even clerk will go and hide their file and do. But once everything is done electronically, maybe because it has been removed from all these bottlenecks, you see that things will move fast. So CAC before 1990 was under emergency. But because of these inefficiencies and all these troubles, they now created CAC as an autonomous body. When something is autonomous, it means what? On its own. Like one of my friends, his name is Paul Agewa from Benue State. When we were in Port Harcourt, he told me that his title or his name is Eze Autonomous. He's a Benue man, but he knows that Eze means king. I said, what do you mean by Eze Autonomous? He said, you know, Eze is autonomous. He's not reporting to government. He's not reporting to council of elders or council of chiefs or whatever. That is on his own. And there is only Eze that can go to bank with laminated ATM and withdraw money. You don't understand what he was trying to say. That is autonomous, that it doesn't, his own ATM card is laminated. His own ATM card, you go and laminate it. Then you go and put it in bank. And then you withdraw money. And he told me he's the only Eze that can clap with one hand. So who can clap with one hand here? You know what I'm saying? So he says autonomous. So whatever he desires, he wants to do. But each time I look at him, I tend to ask him, are you God? I cannot claim that you're autonomous and you do anything you wish to do. So that is why they wait. So the commission became an autonomous body via CAMA 1990, Companies and Allied Matters Act 1990. And then CAC has undergone series of transformations in order to serve you better. There have been a lot of changes. Now let me mention one of these changes. It might surprise you to know that in 2016, President Buhari inaugurated what they call PEBEC, Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, which was the major reason. What was the major reason for that PEBEC? Because all over the world, they were talking of ease of doing business. Ease of doing business. You understand what I mean by ease? Ease. How easy? When you say how easy? How easy is it for me to stand here and talk to you? Is it very easy? No, it's very easy. Every one of you can stay here and talk to anybody now. Is it difficult? Eh? So the ease of doing business. So that is what that thing was all about. And then I'm asking a question here. What was the major reason for inaugurating that PEBEC? There are two reasons, basically two reasons. To remove all the bureaucratic concerns. To doing business in Nigeria. All the bureaucratic constraints to doing business in Nigeria. The second reason is to make Nigeria constraints, to remove all the bureaucratic constraints to doing business in Nigeria. The second one is to make Nigeria a progressively easier place. To make Nigeria a progressively easier place to start and grow a business. To start and grow a business. 7 years later, the same president Buhari, signed the Business Facilitation Bill into law. When the bill is signed into law, it becomes what? It becomes what? So what is law? It becomes an act. A bill will pass through the National Assembly, they will go through the rigors, and then sent to the president, like the recent one they signed into law, which is the minimum wage. It has been signed into law. It's not a crime that if you employ anybody, if you have a business of up to 50 workers and employ anybody and you don't pay 70,000, the person can sue you because you are violating the law. So the recent bill that was signed into law is the new minimum wage, and it has become an act. Now the act, which was signed by President Buhari, also known as the Omnibus Act, amended 21 business-related laws of the country. That Omnibus Act amended 21 business-related laws of the country, including CAMA 1990. I've already told you that the one that has to do with CAC is CAMA 1990. Corporate Companies and Allied Matters Act 1990. So what Buhari signed amended even CAMA 2, alongside other ones. There are 21 of them. CAMA is just one of them. But we are interested in CAMA and not the rest. Now CAMA 2020, that is the new CAMA we have. CAMA 1990 is a good CAMA. We now have CAMA 2020. Now CAMA 2020 is divided into 6 parts. I'll mention the parts. The first part is part A. These things you can see online. When you go to Google CAMA 2020, you download the CAMA, you see the parts there. Everything is easy now. Knowledge is everywhere now. Part A has to do with the establishment of the commission itself. The Corporate Affairs Commission is establishment. Who are the board members, and then who constitute the board. Then part B, has to do with incorporation of companies. Incorporation of companies, that's part B. Part C has to do with incorporation of limited liability partnership. Limited liability partnership. Part D has to do with limited partnership. Part E has to do with registration of business names. Part A has to do with the establishment of the commission, its board and members. Part B, incorporation of companies. Part C, incorporation or registration of limited liability partnership. Part D, registration of limited partnership. Part E, registration of business names. Part F, registration of incorporated trustees. Now the one that concerns most SMEs or MSMEs, who will tell me the difference between MSMEs and SMEs? MSMEs and SMEs. It's just the difference of micro. One starts with micro. Okay, I hope I'm correct. The first one starts with micro because there are businesses that are micro. The micro business is one of the smallest. Owned by one person, maybe somebody who is flying Accra, somebody is selling a recharge card. You understand? And then you have the bigger one, which is the small. After micro, you have small, and then you have medium enterprises. Now, what is a business name? business name, by its definition, means the name and style under which a business is carried on. The name and style under which a business is carried on. That is a business name. The name and style under which a business is carried on. Not carried on. You know, how you pronounce it matters. Carried on. Not carried on. Like assuming you are on top of this thing, not that one. You understand? Now, there are two types of business names. You can tell me the two types? Anybody? Okay, we are here to tell you. There are two types of business names. One is called sole proprietorship. Have you heard of sole proprietorship? The second one is called partnership. In sole proprietorship, the business is owned by one individual. By one individual. Or by one corporate body. Dangote, as a corporate body, can own a business name. His name will not appear there. It's the name of his company that will be there. And it's a company that owns it. But it's one company. It's not two. You understand what I'm saying? It can be an individual. It can be a corporate body. But the defining factor there is that it is owned by one. The thing is one entity. One person or one corporate body. You understand what I'm saying? It can be owned just by one person or by one corporate body. A corporate body can be a limited company. Can be anything. It can even be Organs Association. You might decide to own a business name. It's a corporate body. Then partnership is a type of business name that is owned by two or more individuals. If you want to make it more explicit, you can say by two or more entities. Entity in the sense that it can be one individual and one corporate body can form a partnership. One individual, one corporate body. Two individuals, two corporate bodies. One corporate body, one corporate body. One individual, one individual. Are you understanding me? Now, a business name does not enjoy legal personality. It doesn't enjoy business personality. It is not separate from the proprietor or partners for the purpose of liability. The liability of the proprietor or partners in the business name is not limited. If you are running a business name, Ogechi and Sons Enterprises, assuming it's a business name, and you borrow money from GTB Bank, and you default in paying the loan, GTB Bank will not sue Ogechi and Sons. GTB Bank will sue you, the owner, because you the owner of the business. You are not separate from the business. You understand what I'm saying? You don't enjoy that legal personality. That business name does not enjoy legal personality. So the owner is not separate from the business. So they will sue the owner, and the owner will pay, or any of the partners. Now, B, I told you we're interested in two. Probably I'll add a third one, which is the commonest ones that you people are used to hear. The second one is what we call company. We have discussed about business name. A company is a business arrangement which enjoys legal personality. A company enjoys legal personality. What do I mean by this? A company is a corporate body and separate from its owners or members. It is a corporate body and separate from its owners or members. The liability of members or owners of a company may be limited by shares or by guarantee, or may be unlimited. Have you ever seen a company that bears OK and Sons Unlimited? They have not seen that one. They are there. But there are few. They are there. Because every company you see is either a public company or a private company. Public companies answer the name PLC. Any company you see where you see PLC is a public liability company. That's the meaning of that. Public liability company. When you see Coca-Cola PLC, it means it's a public liability company. When you see First Bank Nigeria Limited, it means it's a private limited company. And every company must end with the word limited. Limited. Or every company name cannot just say OK and Sons. No. It must be OK and Sons Limited. Or that is one. The first one is that it must end with limited, the word limited. Limited. Or if you abbreviate it, LTD is accepted. Or it can end with limited by guarantee. If you see a company that ends with limited by guarantee, it is also a limited company. But that company is limited by guarantee. That kind of company is what most institutions register. For instance, if you want to register Polytechnic, some of the universities, they don't register it as a limited liability company. They register it as a company limited by guarantee. And that one will end with that word limited by guarantee in full, or if you abbreviate it, it will be LTD/GTE. Then the third one is unlimited. If you see a name OK and Sons Unlimited, it's also a limited company. But in this case, it's an unlimited company. So that one ends with the word unlimited at the end. Now the third one I will mention here is what we call incorporated trustees. Now what is an incorporated trustee? An incorporated trustee is a registered trustee of a not-for-profit association. The objects of the association must be religious, educational, literary, scientific, social, developmental, cultural, sporting, or charitable. It is a non-for-profit organization. So that when you hear incorporated trustee, you should know where the kind of registration it is. It is a non-for-profit organization. Now the trustees are the legal representatives, those who call trustees, those whose names will appear in CAC books. We call them the trustees. They are the legal representatives of the association, and they can acquire property, they can sue, and they can be sued in the name of the association. The trustees are subject to the directions of the association and its governing council, if there is any. I think I will leave limited partnership and then the other one, because that one does not really concern you. Let us jump to action now, which is after all this storage, how many meet there inside? Of the governing council. The governing council. Now, our websites are, you can write this one, www into 3 small w's .cac. No, small letters also. www into 3 .cac .gov. Gov. All is small letters. .ng. That's one of them. Another one is BRE. Our website. They will all lead you to, like so many roads leading to one place. RE.cac.gov.ng. I've written that one. Another one is post, P-O-S-T. .cac. Post, P-O-S-T. .cac. .gov.ng. Another one is C service. C service, one word. Of course, this one I'm giving you now is not a website. It's where you can lay your complaints. So we call it email address. Anything you say that has art inside is not more a website. You understand what I'm saying? It is an avenue of you communicating, just like at yahoo.com, at gmail.com, at outlook.com. There are so many arts in the world, but you know just these ones I mentioned. So now we have cservice@cac.gov.ng. This is for those who want to communicate with the customer service. You email this very address. It's an address. Another address is helpdesk. cservice@cac.gov.ng. At cac.gov.ng. Another one is helpdesk. Help, like help me. Helpdesk, desk like desk. Yes, helpdesk, one word. At cac.gov.ng. Each of them will end at cac.gov.ng. Another one is activation. Activation at cac.gov.ng. Another one is SPU at cac.gov.ng. SPU, SP and U, all one word. Small letters. SPU at cac.gov.ng. Now, our registration process is very simple. At cac.gov.ng. I'm giving you 3 websites: www.cac.gov.ng, pre.cac.gov.ng, post.cac.gov.ng. Then I'm giving you our mails where you can send email: cservice@cac.gov.ng, helpdesk@cac.gov.ng, activation@cac.gov.ng, SPU@cac.gov.ng. Our registration process is very simple. Remember I told you that President Buhari signed PEBEC. He inaugurated PEBEC, which gave birth to KAMA 2020, in addition to other regulating laws that were signed in 2020. Now, the essence of all those things is to remove the bureaucratic bottlenecks. Before now, you will need a lawyer. It's compulsory. It's not that we don't need them now. They are still needed if you choose. It's a matter of choice now. If you are literate, what I mean by literate is not having PhD in other fields. So it's knowing how to use computer. That's what I mean now. Even if you have PhD in French and even anything, you don't know how to use computer. It's like you're illiterate. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't know how to operate your phone, even if you're a professor, you are just like an illiterate. So computer literacy is one of the, lawyers in those days, they will come and brag and tell us that they are the learned people. They're learned. So I don't know now what they will be talking. They are learned friends, because I know even in developed countries now, they use ICT database to deliver judgments. It's not what they are still doing, and somebody will go and write judgment and they cannot even verify anything. In fact, very soon artificial intelligence will take over everything. You understand? So now, if you are learned, you understand what I mean by being learned now. If you are not, because you must not have a degree or even school cert, but if you know how to use computer, you go to our website. www.cac.gov.ng. That is our parent website. When you are there, you will see two buttons at the top. One of the buttons is written register. The other button is written login. There are two buttons. One is written register, the other one is written login. Now, login means you have the particulars to login. Is it not true? If you don't have the particulars to login, what do? You register. Very simple. Just like Yahoo or Gmail. If you have the particulars already, you simply log in. If you don't have the particulars, you have to create an account. So that register means click it for you to create an account. Now there are two types of accounts you can create. One is your own personal account for your own private business. For your own business where your name must appear. And the second one is as an agent. And who are the agents? You can do your own on your own without involving anybody. Just create your own account. Or if you're an agent, you have the ability to create for others. So there are two options there. You select the one you want because the button is there. It will ask you, are you creating this account as a personal account? Or are you creating this account as an agent? If you click is an agent, it will now ask you which of the bodies do you belong. Because these agents belong to professional bodies. Have you ever heard of MBA? What is it? Nigerian Bar Association. Have you ever heard of ANAN? Have you heard of ANAN? ANAN accountants or who are? Who are they? Association of National Accountants of Nigeria. Have you ever heard of ICANN? Have you ever heard of is it IPSEC or what they answer? Chartered Secretaries of Nigeria. Have you heard of them? Those student secretarial studies in school. They have an association they call Chartered Institute of Nigerian Secretary or something. You have heard of them, Abi? Yes. These are the people that are given accreditation as agents. So if you want to register as an agent, you will either be a lawyer, an accountant, ANAN chartered or ICANN chartered, or you belong to the chartered secretaries. These four groups, they are given that opportunity to register as agents. And they can now, if they register as agents, they will be given accreditation numbers. When they are given accreditation numbers, they can register for anybody. They can register companies for you. You pay them their professional charge. Whatever they charge is not fixed. Whatever is discussed with them is their own charge. The CAC fees are fixed. You will see all our fees in our website. So whatever your agent asks you to pay, that's what you pay. But if you can do these things by yourself, that is why we say we have removed the bureaucratic bottlenecks. If you are learned, that is why I say if you are learned, not a matter of English or something. If you know computer and how to use it, you can register any of these things by yourself. You don't need any agent. They have removed those things. You understand? In order to promote ease of doing business. And that is the essence of that Omnibus Act. That Omnibus Act is it brought a lot of agencies and then decided on how do we improve ease of doing business. Not that the German company will come all the way from Germany and come to Nigeria to register a company will take 1 year. Or you run into the hands of fraudsters or dubious people. They have made these things to be very simple. You understand? And once you click, assuming you are clicking as a private individual, it will just ask you simple questions. It will ask you to supply your surname. Your first name. What is surname? Your father's name. You put your first name because some people will go and carry father's name and put his surname. So you must know which one is surname and which one is first name, and then other names. You put those things separately. Then you put your date of birth. You put your gender, male or female. That one is either male or female. You cannot be Bobrisky. You cannot be both. Then you put your nationality. You put your phone number, you put your email address, and then confirm the email address you have put. That email address is very important because it is with the email address that will authenticate whether you are even a human being that is trying to register. Because we'll send you a link to that email address for you to confirm that you are the one trying to create an account with our website. And then you put your username. Username is usually your choice. Anything you want is your username. Then you put your password, master it, and confirm it by putting it again in a separate cell. And then you put your occupation, put your address, put your ID card. Once you have done these things, you are good to go. You have created an account. So once you go back to the website again, what do you do now? Do you register again or do you log in? You don't log in with your credentials because you now have credentials. You have gotten your username, you have gotten your password. You log in. Once you log in into the site, you will see a place for you to choose the kind of company you want to register. I have described the kind of company that are available. I've mentioned to you business name. Usually, MSMEs are interested in business names and limited companies. You understand? You select business name if that is the one you are interested in. Then you ask yourself, is this business name, am I the only one that is registering it? Or am I registering it with some other person or with another corporate organization? If it's only you, you select sole proprietorship. There's an option there. If you are registering with somebody, you select partnership. And then you submit your name for search. There are usually two options. Option 1, option 2. Option 1, the first name you submit is the one they will consider first. If that one has been taken, they will now consider the second option. Then if the two of them have been taken, then they will reject the name. But if either of them is available, they will approve that one for you. And once the name is approved, you check it because in every activity you go back to the site and log in. When you log in after the search fee of 500 naira, CAC collects 500 naira, there may be online charges, the bank may take their own. At the end, everything may be seen as something or close to 700. The CAC own is 500. Then you go back and log in and check under approvals or pending or queried or denied. If your name is approved, it will be under approved names. If your name is denied, it will be under denied names. And the reason for the denial will be given. We don't just deny without giving a reason. We will tell you there is a similar name to your name, or that the type of, because some people will go and put consulting when they want to do business name. They will put okay and Sons Consulting. Of course, we have been able to stop that because there are some words now once you put it in the system will tell you no, this word is restricted. If you want to do this one, you must go to limited. And you must do it as a limited, you must get a consent. So but before now, if you put it in the word, the system will accept it. Until within ourselves, we discuss, at the meeting, we say no. It is better to stop them from the beginning. So if you put the wrong word, the system will tell you this is not suitable for this kind of registration. And if the name is approved, you will now see a button. Start registration. It's just a button. You click on it. Once you click on it, the rest is history. Every other thing you'll be asked is something you know. Put in the type of business, put in your residential address, put in your business address, the nature of business, and at the end of the day, it will ask you to just upload 3 things if it's a business name. Upload the ID card, and the acceptable ID cards are national identity card, NIN, driver's license, permanent voter's card, or international passport, that data page. Either of these is accepted. And once you upload that, upload your signature in a JPEG, and then upload your passport also in JPEG. The ID card has to be in PDF. Then submit and pay a token fee of 10,000 naira to the proud owner of a business. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you can now ask. Okay, my brother. You're welcome. Very good. Very good. Honorable, that's a good question. If it's a partnership, remember, partnership is still a business name. It's just an authoritative part of business name. Just after sole proprietorship, you have partnership. If it's a part, you understand? Thank you.
I've had an experience where I tried to register a company, brother.
Yes.
So I said, even when he said he's going to put it on again, I said I want the same name. I don't want it to be changed. So I just want to know the little implications, behind and beyond it. Thank you very much.
Yes. Once a name is approved, it's not approved forever, Honorable. If a name is approved, Honorable asks a very important question, and it's good you understand this. If a name is approved, there is a time frame within which that name will exist for you to register. 60 days. After 60 days, the name will expire. So probably Honorable must have gotten approval, and like he said, he was ignorant that time. He was not learned that time in that area. So he didn't know that it will expire in 60 days. So when it expires, any other person who submits that name just 1 minute after it expires can take that name, because that name could be approved for that person. And when you come again to reapply, they will tell you the name has been taken. And that is exactly what happened. Yes, if it has not been taken, if nobody has taken it, if you are lucky and nobody has taken it, you can renew it. But if somebody has taken it the next minute, then you cannot renew it again, because the name will no more be available. Yes. No, within 60 days, it's still active. Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Exactly. No. It doesn't. Yes.
That's what I wanted to ask.
It's a token fee of 3,000. Yes. 2 months. Yes. Any other question?
What I had wanted to ask, if after being approved and you register, does it expire?
No. That's what Madam just answered.
Okay. Another question. When you were talking, you made mention of your business being active. Please, can you throw more light on that activeness of the business?
Okay. She just mentioned annual returns now. If you register your company and after 1 year of the registration, you do not pay your annual returns. You do not. That's what we call annual returns. That annual returns is a fee, compulsory fee. It's not tax. So we don't collect tax. CAC does not collect tax. Tax has to do with federal land revenue. It's for business name is 3,000 naira only. If you don't pay after 1 year, and the time you are supposed to pay it goes after that 1 year, you will pay a penalty of 5,000, which means you will not pay 8,000. And if you don't pay it, in the portal, if you go to our portal, that your company will be reading inactive. You understand? Just like I belong to Nigeria Computer Society. We are having a conference in Port Harcourt. By next week, I'll be in Port Harcourt. I've called the financial man there to give me my outstanding dues, because we pay dues every year. If not, I will not. I'm due for fellowship now to become a fellow. You understand? If I apply for fellowship, they will deny me because I'm not active. Because I've got to pay my annual dues. So if you don't pay that due, the annual due when it's due, the company will now be reading inactive. When you pay, we now reactivate it. You understand what I'm saying? It becomes active. Yes.
providing or giving out grants alone. What is inactive will not benefit from it. So, but once you are paying your yearly annual return, whatever that is beneficial to anybody that registered, you will get it. You understand? And it's not good to leave it for a long time, but you will pay with penalty. And if you didn't pay and it takes long, you may decide to, remove it. Just like somebody married a wife, you have to be visiting your in-laws. So you are the one that gave you the woman. So that is it. To show that you are still interested in the woman. Thank you.
So if you don't bring the yearly wine.
And if you don't bring another something like that.
Let's attend to the online trainings.
Okay.
Please, what if this one is coming from Ami Glitz. Please, what if I register the business and later I want to change the business name? Is that possible?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. Secondly, if you are into 2 or more businesses, you have to register them differently.
It depends on the nature of business. If you are a medical doctor and you also have a farm, you cannot register one company and then it looks somehow for you to merge medicine, professional courses with general business. But if they are all general things, for instance, farming, bricklaying, engineering, you can use one name to cover all those ones.
To register any business, do I register with small?
You must register with a fee. The fees are in our website. Once you go to our website, all the fees are applied there. It's not free.
Echo love it. Okay, is asking for the website again. Please, the website.
www.cac.gov.ng, pre.cac.gov.ng, post.cac.gov.ng. Those are the websites.
Okay. How about the process of Michael Nat is asking? How about the process of registering a private limited company?
You can register it as a sole agent. That is, you create your personal account. But if you register as a sole agent, that means you must be a director. Because your name, the name you submitted when you are creating the account, will automatically form the number 1 name among the list of directors. But if you don't want to do that, you engage an agent. You can engage a lawyer, a chartered accountant, or a chartered secretary. They will register for you.
Ami Glitz saying, good day. Thanks for this eye-opening training. I've been seeing people who are not, I think you want to write into, of these professional bodies you mentioned doing CAC registration. Does it mean they are not legit?
Yes, they are not legit. You call them touts. There are touts everywhere. If you go to do visa and you are not careful, you run into touts. And those touts, they make a lot of mistakes. That's why many people don't get their visa. I have a boy that served with us. He's in US now. When he told me that he wants to study in America, I told him, well, it's simple. These embassies, they are white people. I work with white in my previous companies. They are straightforward. They ask you a question, you provide the right answer. They ask you again, you provide the right answer. They ask you again in different ways, you provide the right answer. They issue you visa. This boy has never gone to any country before. But after we filled the form together, even my rank then, I just got a promotion, but I have not gotten a letter. He said I should use my new anticipated rank that I have not gotten a letter. I said no. That Oyibo people are not Nigerians, so if I put that new rank, they will call my office in Abuja to verify my rank. And as long as I've not gotten letter, it is the old rank that is there. And since the old rank can serve their purpose, let us use the old rank. And that is what we did. And to the glory of God, he is in US now. Yes, he has been in US. One touch, he got his visa. So when you go to TAPS, they are interested in their money. You understand? They can tell you anything and collect your money, and they will not be interested in getting your accurate data. And when they are filling the form, they will fill it wrongly. When you go for interview, you appear yourself. You go and say another thing. They must have put Okoye
as your last name. As your last name. Then you go there and say Okoye is your first name. Oyibo will say, no, you are dubious. At the end of the day, they will say visa not granted. So they are out.
Chinwelge Dubisi is asking, the annual returns, is it a yearly dues or once?
Yearly, every year. You must pay.
Echo Norbert Oge, please, isn't 60 days too short a time for renewal? Can't it be extended to yearly?
If you extend it to 100 years, people will still not apply to it. 60 days is even long enough.
Ahoroye Beatrice, those of us online, we need answers, please. That's all right.
Thank you. You're giving them the answer. Yes, madam.
Clarification. I want you to clear us. Just like we are doing our training here. In this training, there are people that are interested in body care and the other ones confessionaries. As we are, cannot do one registration and it covers the two areas.
So you can do one registration and it will cover. But if it's a core professional like medicine, you can't go and put medicine and surgery. You want to go to the hospital, then you got to put farming there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if it's a generic business, those that are not core professional, you can put so many things. The objects allow you, especially if it's a limited company, you can put as many objects as you want. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Then can you clear me more on an individual registering? What is the difference between PLC and limited? I want to be
PLC is public liability company. That public liability company is a type of company that is owned by the public. The public buys shares.
Okay.
You keep on buying shares and shares and shares. In your private company, the shares are not limited by the owners. They are the people that own it. The shares do not involve the public.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sorry, let's just one.
For the enlightenment. The question I want to ask is regarding the annual return. For someone that already started like maybe 3 years ago and the person have not been renewing
Annual return.
and is not aware, the person is just like hearing that. What's the implication like? What does the person have to like pay the 5,000 naira?
No, 3,000 plus the penalty. If it's business name, you now pay 8,000 for the 3 years.
Okay, for the 3 years.
Yeah, because there's penalty now. Normally, you should have paid 3,000. But because the penalty, you are going to pay 18,000 for each of those years. And yes,
Okay, for the 3 years, the person has to pay
each year,
8,000.
yes, 8,000 times 3.
Like if someone is into baking, then under it you have something like event management and the rest, like house just.
If you are into baking, for instance,
Yes.
what you select, you will see, no, not even administrative, you will see hospital, food and restaurant services or something like that. You also see hospital and hospitality, assuming it's a hotel. You see the other one, food and restaurant services. So baking is under food and restaurant, like those who are mama put them, they are under that side. Once you click, you select the one that is very close. It must not be exactly what you do, but the one that is closest. We have those are the group categories. You select the category that is closest to what you are doing.
Okay, so what if the as person moves?
And you also have the option of typing exactly what you are doing. And that is the one that appears in your certificate as your business object.
What if as the person moves on into the business, the person changes mind on the like wants to?
Then you apply. You can apply for change of objects, business object. You apply, but it's not free.
Okay.
Yes, it's not free. Okay, no, somebody wanted to ask before you. For post incorporation, if you do change of this, and I think the fee is 5,000, but because they are going to give you status report again, it's going to be 10,000 because it will affect the certificate It will reflect on the certificate, which is 5,000. If they will issue status, which is another 5,000, that is 10,000 naira.
Please, sir,
Yes.
I want to know the requirements for the registration.
Requirement for registration?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The requirement for registration, okay, madam can tell you that one. Madam, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. The requirements for registration are: 1. Name of the business, which will undergo search, and the outcome of search is either denied or approved. So if it is approved, you now migrate to the registration process. So if it's denied, you change your name and do search again. Then in the process of registration, you have to provide your name as it is in your ID card. You have to provide your ID card, because if your name is Innocent Okonkwo, then but when you are typing, you write Okonkwo, and in your ID card, what is there is Innocent. They will query it. So once you are filling the forms online, you have to fill it based on how your name appear in your ID card. So some people used to thwart it in other way around. Your surname, middle name, and before the other name. But when they want to write it, they will start with their middle name and the other name. It's not, because when you go to bank, it may affect you. So you have to write it the way it is in your ID card. Then your resident address will also be needed. Then your business address, that is your shop address. In a situation whereby you don't have shop already, you can use your resident address also as the shop address. Pending when you get your shop, if you want to come and change it, you come and change it. Then your age, that is date of birth, starting from the day, month, and year. You will not just say 1984, you have to say the month and the day you were born. Then your photo, passport will also be needed. The nature of business, your signature will also be needed. That is all these things you will bring. Unless if you are doing anything professional, like if you say you are into pharmacist, you have to bring the qualifying certificate, your proficiency certificate that made you to be a pharmacist. But if it's for general business, there's nothing like a certificate attached.
You're welcome. So who else also? Okay.
Good afternoon, all. So my question is this, in terms of registering, and you register your company name and they denied it.
And
If they denied the company,
the
as
name,
in,
okay.
yes, is there any option as in the CAC will provide a name so that the person can choose?
No, it is still you, because when they deny a name, they will give you reason.
Okay.
Maybe it's similar to an existing name. It must not be exact with the existing name, but it may be similar.
Okay.
And once the similarity is close, they will deny it. So it is for you to alter the name. Sometimes they will even give you suggestion, depending on the approving officer. If it is magnanimous, the one approving, the one that denied it, if it is magnanimous, he can suggest, he can tell you, add 1 or 2 words to sufficiently differentiate your name from the other person's own.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay. Go ahead.
Sir, what if you registered, like you were partnering with someone before, and with time you want to depart? Can you do it like?
Yes, on agreement you can depart. You can divorce on agreement.
What agreement?
Once 2 of you agree, because the other one will have to sign a document that shows that he's withdrawing, then you file it in CAC. CAC will also collect fee because it's not free. So you pay the fee and then you people will be divorced.
Okay. Please, Aurora Beatrice needs more clarity on annual returns.
Okay, go ahead.
She said I need more clarity on annual returns.
Yes, madam just explained that after a year of registration, 1 year after registration, you are supposed to pay annual returns. Whether it's business name, limited, whatever it is, or even IT. You understand? you must pay annual returns. And the annual returns for business name is 3,000 naira. If you don't pay within the stipulated period, it will enter penalty. If it exceeds the period you are supposed to pay, it will enter penalty, and if you are not paying it, you will pay with the penalty. The penalty is extra 5,000 for business name. For limited liability company, madam, I think it's 5,000 too. So, and if you don't pay within the stipulated period, you pay a penalty of 5,000 naira. If it's a small company, because we have big and small companies depending on the share capital. You understand? There are some share capitals that are huge. Those are what we call them big companies. Now, if it's an IT incorporated trustee, the annual returns is also 10,000 of it. Incorporated trustees. And if you don't pay within the stipulated period, you pay extra 5,000, making it 15,000. That is for incorporated trustees. Yes. Yes, 1 year. Exactly, just 1 year from the date of registration. No. Yes. Any other question? Okay, let madam speak. Okay, let madam speak, then you speak. Okay, who has the mic? Okay, the one that has the mic can go ahead.
In terms of registration,
Okay.
what of if you have a particular name in mind for registration, and you want to register, and somebody else have been used the name, that particular name, so we see be approved.
If the person that is using the name has registered it,
yes,
it cannot be approved for you.
It cannot be approved.
Yes, because it's not belonging to. That is what I said. That for you to maintain your identity, when I was mentioning the importance of registering your business, because you have to preserve that name for future. You may not know when Dangote registered Dangote. This Dangote you are seeing today, it is not today that he registered it. He started small, but that time his name was not known. You know, people are known. It's not like me now that people don't know me. But there's where you carry me now. Maybe you carry me to American Congress. The whole world will be seeing me. But now nobody knows me. You understand what I'm saying? So Dangote started. He registered that name. He started because he was properly guided. He has an uncle that is well grounded in business. I think he was well guided. So he registered it, and now the business has grown, and that name has become a trademark. Once you hear Dangote, you know it's a big name. But assuming he did not register it, and he has been answering that name, and I decide to teach his identity, what will I do? I'll go and register with CAC, and I will parade myself with Dangote. Even if he goes to court, I will be the one to win. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly.
Okay, from our online audience, Engineer Sammy Young at Sammy Global is asking, I was trying to register with CAC, but they said that my business commencement date has exceeded 28 days. Therefore, I must pay a penalty. I think it's fee he wants to write. Says file of 6 days. Then where can I see the account details for the payment?
Yes, if anything that you cannot pay online, there we have remitter. We have a remitter. Any fee that CAC asks, if it's a penalty for the delay, because you're supposed to file within certain days. So if you don't file, and maybe the date of commencement, just like that guy's case, that money, CAC, every government agency has an account with remitter. So you go to remitter website, www.remitter.net, select Corporate Affairs Commission, select the appropriate heading, pay that money, download the receipt, they will issue receipt, download it, upload it to CAC approving officers. Once they see you are paid, then they will approve the name. So you should go to remitter portal and then pay in the name of CAC.
In some business names, sometimes when they are trying to explain their services, like general imports, exports, blah 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 blah, they will end up general merchandise.
Yes.
So I am interested in that general merchandise. How can you explain it? If in future the person wants to include other businesses like this one, can that person use that same business name to run the business?
Okay, you know that
in terms of that general merchandise.
Okay, you see, you know, there was a story we were told when we were young. You know, tortoise, they say, is a very wise animal. They went for a feast somewhere, in the skies. Even some people carried him because he didn't have wings. And when they were going, they said the tortoise suggested, brought an idea that they should give themselves names, in case. So and when they call you, you know that it's you they are calling. And he decided to answer what? So and when they brought the food, they said it's for all of you. So and tortoise said, you can see the food belongs to me. So when you say general merchandise, you are trying to behave like tortoise. You want to grab everything and put, because general merchandise, you can see the name. But I know with time, I don't know, I won't speak for CAC. I know with time, as things progress, they will be narrowing down some of those things to specifics. Because when you say general merchandise, it involves all kinds of trade. You can trade on anything, general merchandise. So that is it. So anything that is trading that involves business is under general merchandise. So that is being the tortoise there.
Good afternoon, sir.
You are welcome.
Sir, I want to ask 2 questions. The first one is, you say something like that when your business is being approved, that it will be approved within 2 months, that's 60 days. I want to ask, does it take that long? What if your business is being approved maybe within 3 weeks? Can you start the process to register it
immediately? You don't have to wait for you to reach that extension. Why we give that extension is that human beings and sometimes financial wahala. Somebody may have his approval and something happened and he didn't have the cash. So we'll give you that extension so that within the expiration of those 60 days, we would have been able to raise money. But if it's approved today and you register today, fantastic. That is better.
Okay. The second question, sir, is when it's been approved, when your business is being approved and you have been given remitter, like you said, is it must that you do it online? Can you come to the office and do the process, or must it be online?
You know that why we made it easy for you is to avoid, because you can come to online and this my friend here will corner you one side and say, you know go enter.
Yes.
You go eat that 10,000 for registration, if you pay 18. No, I didn't say so, but I'm telling you that because I may not be there.
Yes, sir.
But what I'm saying is that, so that's those bureaucratic things, and sometimes we may intercept you on the road. You understand? And say, are you going to CAC? Come, don't worry, I'll do it for you. Don't bring some more money. They will collect money and chop. So those are the things why we say that we have made it easy for you. Just be literate. The literacy I have told you, it must not be that you have read to PhD or whatever. The literacy is knowing how to use computer. You understand? Because there will be a time, if you want to go and marry, they will ask you, do you know how to use a computer? Can you use iPhone? And if you say you can't use iPhone, the guy will say you're a bushman. Even if you are telling him you're a professor of law, he will say no, you're a bushman. So it is better everybody becomes computer literate by just knowing the simple things of handling these devices.
Sorry, sir, to cut you short. I want to know, when you finish doing it online, like registering online, there's no need coming to the office.
No. Once it's approved, when you log in, you go to approvers. You will see their certificate. You will see download certificate. You will see download status report. If it's a limited company, you download 3 things: download certificate, download status report, and download memorandum and articles of association. 3. Right. If it's also IT, 3. You will download the constitution, download the certificate, and download the status report. 3 things.
Please, if you want to come to office, maybe you are having challenges online. Nobody is saying you should not come to office. But let it be that you are doing it by yourself. If you have any challenges, you can come with your laptop, then we'll guide you. Do you understand? Our office is public office. So don't die inside your room doing it or incurring another expenses because you want to do it by yourself. But just try first. Because when you try, you will learn. If you have any challenges, we'll come and guide you. Do you understand? Because there was a place that you can even click in that business name. It will take you to where you will pay another amount that will even so expensive. So instead of you making series of mistakes, you come, but come that in the way that you are doing it and you can't do it, then we will direct you.
Are you hearing what she's saying? If you are not very literate, that is why we are emphasizing on that word literacy. If you are not literate, you are permitted to come to the office. The customer service will guide you on how to do it. Have you heard that? So that you will not die struggling to do it alone. Yes, one of them is here. Madam is one of them in customer service. Yes, you can. Before we go, you can meet her and collect her phone number. I'm in ICT department, and I know I suffer most of those complaints. I try to teach as many people as I can, because when some of them will run to them, they will say, "Go and see prof." You understand? So we try as much as possible to teach you, because we want you to learn the thing and we want you to understand it. But also help yourself. It's not only with CAC. Why I'm encouraging all of you to be literate. When I say literate, don't say you have gone to college, you have gone to everywhere. Try to master this thing, because the whole world. Imagine when you enter a lift, they say press button, you are looking there, you don't know what to do. You understand what I'm saying? Or you enter an aircraft, there's just one button you press for something. Maybe to bring down something so that you can be viewing the outside when the plane is flying. You are there looking. So try as much as possible. Everything, every equipment now is becoming what we call Internet of Things. In smart homes now, you see something like this. It has a chip. It communicates with other devices. We call it Internet of Things. Where you can see they put something on me. I don't know whether this device now is communicating something to the whole world. Me, I don't know. But it is important that you know how some of these things work. Because the world is moving fast. And that is why I told you what Charles Darwin said. That you cannot survive doing things the same old way. Those that survive, the species that survive, are not those ones that are very intelligent. They are not those ones that are very hardworking. They are those ones that understand the changing environment and decide to change with the environment, especially when it is for positivity. You understand what I'm saying? So, but don't kill yourself. If you cannot do it, come to our office. We are there. We will also guide you.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir, for the eye-opening. And I wanted to ask a question on the coming to office, whether there will be any extra charges. And apart from I don't think there is any extra charges.
No extra charges. But like I told you, some people can intercept you on the way.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes,
there
sir.
could be, we cannot. You know, monkey say he carry picking for back. You don't know the one where they carry.
So I want clarity, sir, on the issue of registration. Assuming I register under incorporated trustee, can I do business that is related to business names?
No. Incorporated trustee by definition is a non-for-profit.
Issues.
No. But you can, as an incorporated trustee, you can own a business name, but you must register the business name. Okay. For instance, a church. You can see some churches, they have schools, Abi?
Yes.
You can't use that church to run the school. No. You can use the name of that church, which is a corporate entity now. You know, when we are defining business name, we say it can be a corporate entity or an individual. So that church itself, as a corporate entity, can register a business name, and the business name is a profit-making venture. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Okay, sir. On searching, you say we can search when we want to search for the name, business name. If I search my name and it's denied with a token fee of 500, will I have to pay again?
Of course. That is a service.
So for every search, I pay.
It's a service.
I got
It's a service.
If you go ahead, write it down. Maybe one course, just only mathematics.
You fail it.
You pass other ones, so you pay mathematics.
You can register again.
You pay all the money back.
Okay.
Because it's a service.
This way you are searching. So it's the examination. Yeah, so you fail.
You go again.
Thank you, sir.
So, okay, okay, I want to ask again.
the location of your office in Enugu here?
Our office?
Yes.
Okay, madam. What are you looking for?
Okay, that's
contact.
one B, Okpara Avenue.
Where?
That's one B, Okpara Avenue.
That's 1B,
B,
Okpara
B.
Avenue.
Yes, you know this roundabout Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Just in between one old filling station and the Stanbic Bank. So just like this, our own. You see our side post.
Okay, thank you.
B. Okpara Avenue. In Enugu North. So any other question? Okay, madam. When we are going, you can meet her. She will give you her phone number. So any other question? Okay. You have a question? Oh, yeah, speak up.
For instance, let's say one wants to register a business name. Like what we learned here, we learned everything all together. So, for instance, when one wants to register a business name under baking and confectionery, baking, can the person also use the same name for other things that he does?
Of course. The only thing you cannot use it for nursing, you can't use it for medicine, You understand what I'm saying? But if it's a generic something like that general merchandise thing, you are free. Yes. But if it's professional, Any other one? So thank you very much and remain blessed.
On behalf of the Potterway Foundation, we say a big thank you to CAC staffs, more especially to our daddy, for your wonderful time, your teachings. Honestly, you have opened our eyes so wide to so many things. We so much appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
We say may God continue to bless you. More knowledge, long life, prosperity, and he will keep on strengthening you. Not only you, even to your entire family. We say a very big thank you, sir. Because your spirit of endurance, the way you break things down for our understanding, any question, anywhere, anyhow, even if there is a repetition of questions, you keep on answering it. You will not say that question has been answered before, next person. You will still answer that person. We say thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And another thing, sir, we have a request to make. If that will be granted to us, we will so much appreciate as well. Our request is based on the money aspect of it. Please, sir, as many of us here, I know most of us, we like to continue with what we have learned here. Is it not true? More especially me, I want to continue with what I have learned here because we have learned a lot of things. We want to register our business, but the money aspect of it might be our problem. In everything, there must be a weakness. I think that weakness is money aspect of it. Some might not be able to afford that 10,000 naira for registration. Is there any way you can assist us by reducing the money or any provision that let's support this Potterway with something?
Okay, we have had your request. What we will do,
Yes, sir.
We are only delegates. We'll still have another head, who is supervising Enugu. We'll still have the ones supervising state offices, and we'll have our RUG. So what we'll do, when we go back, we'll present to our another head. And if you people too have a delegate, you can also come around and meet our another head. We on our own, we are just like emissaries, we can't take any decision. So, but I've heard what you said. We'll tender it to the man above us, and then that one can now transmit it further. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
A lot of applause for us. Thank you.